Welcome to Proven and Probable. I'm Maurice Jackson and I'm delighted to have you here today. Before we begin today's video, make sure you give us a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. And as always, we thank you for your continued support. Welcome to Proven and Probable. I'm Maurice Jackson, and joining us for some breaking news is Dr. John Mark Staude of Riverside Resources, where knowledge is golden, along with Geordie Mark of Blue Jay Gold Corp. Gentlemen, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's great to have you back on the program as you mutually have some exciting news to provide to the market. Dr. Staude, when we last spoke in November, Riverside announced that it was in the process of conducting a spin-out on its generative projects in the prolific Beardmore-Geraldton gold belt located in Ontario. I understand that Riverside has some breaking news to share with us.
We're so excited. Working with Geordie has been awesome. We've completed the financing, we've done the seed financing, and now we're moving forward with the share split. So this is the optimal time for Riverside shareholders to own Riverside, to get shares in the spin-out Blue Jay Gold Corp. I'm super excited. I'm a big shareholder. Like we did with Capitan, now we're doing it with Blue Jay. Super good timing right now for Riverside shareholders.
Geordie Mark, you're going to be the CEO of Blue Jay Gold Corp. For someone new to the story, please introduce yourself and reacquaint us with the value proposition that Blue Jay presents to shareholders.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for asking. Look, it's an exciting time. I'm very excited to bring my experience into Blue Jay and leverage off John Mark's success and experience in terms of how to spin out companies and run exploration. Very exciting times for me historically. 18, almost 20 years in the capital markets side of the industry, looking at natural resources projects globally. Before that, I was a geologist, so some experience with rocks and exploration, but also trying to mix capital market experience into understanding discovery, success, and growth. So that's where I think it's quite exciting. When I went to the field with John Mark to see these projects in October last year, I was blown away about what the potential looked like, what we could see in the rocks, and where we could take these in Ontario around a new exploration and discovery story. So very exciting times in terms of getting in for Blue Jay around gold, Ontario, and actually new mining just in the neighborhood.
Can you introduce us to the project portfolio?
Absolutely, happy to. We've got 80 square kilometers of ground, Beardmore belt there. Only a few minutes drive really from the Greenstone gold mine operated by Equinox. So for us, right area, large property, both sides of Greenstone. The major project really is Pichette, just along the major highway, probably about 25 minutes drive from Greenstone. Really, it was a historic discovery in 1952 that was basically captured within a lease that only lapsed a couple of years ago. Now that we have that ground, the historic drilling, the new geophysics and chemistry at surface shows that it's a very exciting story to look at growth and discovery of gold right along a highway, right next door to the Greenstone gold mine. For us, great exposure to discovery, success, and growth, low hurdles to cost on exploration. We're in a brownfields area. Our underlying philosophy for Blue Jay is greenfields exploration, brownfields areas. Be where the gold is, do it for cheaper with lower hurdles to success.
Yeah, Dr. Staude, share some of the successes you've had on these projects so far.
For us, it's been great. We drilled at the Oaks project. We did the exploration at the Pichette project. We also did the work at the Duc project. So those three assets were our key assets in Riverside. So for us, I'm continuing as the chairman. I'm super excited working with Geordie. It's great. This is really great for shareholders. This is the application of project generation as a business. Some of the successes we've had in the past has been similarly putting together portfolios and carrying them forward, giving them to shareholders. So for us, this time with Blue Jay Gold Corp is another example, as we did with Capitan. Capitan came out and then tripled and then gone up and is now financed and just doing great. I'm continuing to be the chairman there, and I'm super excited now for what we can do here in Ontario. This is excellent opportunity.
Yeah, and also Riverside share price through the Capitan mining spin out was also very lucrative for shareholders. So now I was very proud and appreciative of your efforts on that, sir. Now, Mr. Geordie Mark, question for you here, sir. Do we know what the ticker symbols are going to be, and will this be on the TSX.V?
On the TSX.V, we've got a short list out there to the exchange for their consideration. So we don't have a ticker as yet, but we will do soon.
All right. Now, once you're public, what are some of the near-term goals that you've set for the company, and what can we anticipate in terms of news flow?
Look, it's very exciting to get out there there and be public. Look, in terms of our Ontario assets, we're looking to take proven approaches to exploration success and discovery in terms of integrating data and go drilling thereafter. For us, drilling is obviously the most expensive aspect of exploration. We have a few targets that we could run in right away and do that, particularly around existing resources, not resources, but what we think could flesh out to be resources over time. Historic drilling, we can drill under the drilling. It's open laterally. We've got at least 12 kilometers of trend length on Pichette alone to do drilling over the course of the year and the future. So we have a lot of catalysts going forth on the ground at Pichette. We can look at the other projects as well, but Pichette really will be our main near-term catalysts for exploration, discovery, and growth. So get out there in the field, put the data together, and develop a hierarchy for drilling strategy and success.
Now, Dr. Staude, under your leadership, Riverside, as you've referenced, has a pedigree of identifying highly prospective, generative projects and creating spin-out companies that further advance your projects from exploration to production mining. Why did Riverside decide to spin out the assets in Ontario and create Blue Jay, and why now?
This is a perfect time. First off, gold is flying. Gold is really going up, and these are gold assets. Secondly is getting a great CEO. Getting Geordie on the team really unlocks the value. The third thing is the quality of the projects. The projects, Pichette, as Geordie says, has this huge volume, huge area to drill. It needs that focus. If Riverside does that, it would dilute the royalties, Mexico, British Columbia, rare earth elements, copper, the portfolio of diversified assets that Riverside has that have value. So by putting these into a specific special purpose venture like Blue Jay Gold Corp is ideal. It's the right time because they're ready to drill, we're ready to go. Secondly, the market, and third, the jockey. Winning the Kentucky Derby this weekend was amazing, and we got the jockey to win this one now. This is a great time right now with Riverside.
Oh, great analogy. Now, switching to Riverside, Dr. Staude, what is next on the agenda for Riverside beginning in Mexico?
Yeah, right now we're super excited. We have press release coming out. We're signing a deal on the Union Gold, Copper, Zinc project. And at Union, we have carbonate replacement system, which is the right type of high grade for gold mineralization. So that's awesome. Secondly, drilling and working on the Cecilia project. We drilled with Fortuna. We've now done another follow-up program. We're moving ahead with the Cecilia project. The third is copper, the REL and other copper assets. So Riverside has copper as well as gold. So Mexico is lighting up with great interest. And I've just been back from being down there now.
Are there any developments occurring in British Columbia that have your attention?
Definitely. You know, we acquired a few new projects recently as well. We have the rare earth elements. And I must say, we're having so much interest in rare earth elements right now with what's happening with tariffs, what's happening with China, what's happening overall with the rare earth element market, with Mountain Pass and other rare earth element projects. Riverside has rare earth element projects in British Columbia as well as gold. So we're going aggressively with it. It's now come the springtime. The snow is melting. It's a great time. We're back in the field here in British Columbia.
Before closing, one of the major accomplishments of the spin-out that some investors should note is that the legendary Rick Rule is a shareholder in both companies. Gentlemen, I would say that might be the highest endorsement a company could achieve in the natural resource space.
You know, I'm going to speak first, and Geordie can also, but Rick has been a partner with us for 18 years. You know, today is an important day. Some people's anniversary today, wedding anniversary, and that's awesome. And you know, for us, we really like anniversaries. This is also an anniversary for Riverside. We've been going 18 years, and Rick Rule has been a partner with us all through it. So when we brought Blue Jay forward, Rick Rule became a 10% owner in Blue Jay, taking 10% in the financings that we've done, and we're so delighted. There's no warrants, there's no overhang in Riverside or Blue Jay. It's straight, direct in the financing, and now as we move ahead with Rick Rule as a major shareholder in Blue Jay Resources, we're so excited to have that, and we're looking forward to seeing people at the Rule Investor Conference in Boca Raton, Florida in July. Anything to add, Geordie?
Yeah, I think it's thank you, John Mark. I think it's a fantastic show of value potential for Blue Jay to have Rick Rule in the conference. He's go to his conference, but also him as an investor. I will say that underlying the thing there is Rick Rule's about people and investment, and certainly coming into Blue Jay was actually about this man right here, about John Mark being able to pick up projects of value and working through them, and his relationship and performance over over the last 17 years with Riverside has obviously shown Rick Rule's confidence in John Mark's ability to be able to pick projects and create value.
And the anniversary that you were alluding to, Dr. Staude, was also my wedding anniversary. Today's 18 years for my wife and I. To my wife, I love you. Thank you. All right. In reference to the Rule Symposium, it's going to be conducted this year, the 7th through the 11th of July in beautiful Boca Raton, Florida. I understand that both of you will be there, as both of your companies have been selected as exhibitors. Is that correct?
That's correct, and we're looking forward to it. We'll have a breakfast, we'll host a dinner. We like that conference so much, and particularly we've been going every year since Rick Rule has been doing it, and we really enjoy Rick as a partner, Rick as a shareholder, and Rick's followers to be shareholders in Riverside. We really try to be very careful with the capital structure, and we're looking forward to being there again.
Yeah, it will be a fantastic event. Looking forward to seeing everyone there.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Rule Symposium is a fantastic gathering of intellectual capital, along with Rick Rule's selection of merit-based, and both of these gentlemen here's companies are merit-based exhibitors in which he is a shareholder of each said company. You may register in the link below this video and on our website, provenandprobable.com. In closing, Mr. Mark, what would you like to say to shareholders, and final thoughts, sir?
Look, very exciting for Blue Jay to come out and become spun out of Riverside. Look, there's something that's new. We're exposed to high grade in a safe jurisdiction where execution for us is lower cost, and our threshold to success potential in the existing mining province is lower than you would see in traditional grassroots exploration. So exciting time to be in gold. Have a look at Blue Jay, follow us and see what we're doing.
By the way, sir, has a website been determined yet?
Yes, we're working on that at the moment, and that'll come out in the short.
So will it be Blue Jay Gold Corp? Do we know that yet?
Correct. Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Dr. Staude, what would you like to say to shareholders, and final thoughts, sir?
Right now is the time to act. This is the time right now to get shares of Riverside, to get shares in the spin-out. That'll happen, and then after that, you'll be shareholders in Riverside or have to buy independently the shares in Blue Jay Gold Corp. So these spin-outs are really special for shareholders. The shareholders that have participated have done great. This is the 7th time we've done it. This is the 2nd time we're dividending it to shareholders, but the door's closing. So right now, need to participate by owning Riverside, buying Riverside right now to get the shares in Blue Jay at a 5-to-1 ratio. So it's a great time, and I'm buying more and I've held more. Super opportunity. Thanks for in this video too.
And you're not alone, Dr. Staude. Myself, and as I shared with you, my sons, they all been purchasing shares in Riverside here as of the last 2 weeks. And Dr. Staude, for someone who does want to participate in the spin-out right now, please share the ticker symbol for Riverside.
Sure. In the United States, it's RVSDF. And in Canada, it's RRI. Please go ahead and buy that on the Toronto or on the OTC stock exchanges.
All right, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. Wishing you both the absolute best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.